These 4 trees, actually 5 trees, went through Hurricane Wilma without a scratch. The Lilipelli, this is a red Malaysian apple, white Malaysian apple, green wax jambu, pink wax jambu.
So I guess we could say that all these are pretty wind tolerant then, huh?
Oh yeah, and they're planted in solid rock.
Wow.
Because we had to make a rock berm because that's the south side of the property. I planted the breadfruit and the jackfruit for protection. I made a microclimate because I knew that breadfruit and the jackfruits don't like wind. So this was their barrier.
Nice.
And we already trimmed these trees 2 years ago. We hack racked them back and they already recovered.
They're huge.
This is another tree, came from Vivian Murray. It was her favorite. It's a semi-dwarf. It's called the, what's it? Right here?
Prayland? Really?
Prayland. This is Vivian's favorite. She went to Thailand with Bill Whitman. They went on excursion with Richard Campbell and Steve Brady. They would go over there collecting budwood. And Vivian and Bob Berry had a big mango collection. And when they were getting later on in years, they passed some of the budwood trees to us because we knew we wouldn't sell them. We would just save them forever, like the preserves. She said they dipped this in hot sauce. It's the green mango. And next to that is carob. This came from originally an air layer from the Kampong. This is a St. John's bean. Originally grows all over California and New Mexico. The monks would have it in their monasteries. This is a chocolate substitute.
Wow.
St. John's bean. It likes a dry climate, doesn't like our humidity. These are all the flower panicles. When it's really dry in the wintertime, it's a happy camper. In the summertime, it's miserable. These are a citrus relative. This is limeberry. Because we're in the citrus canker zone, we get rid of our citrus trees. But certain trees we can able to keep underneath the county radar. As long as we don't propagate it and sell it, it's just a specimen. I was reading that they use this for rootstock in California for miniature citrus.
Wow. Are they edible?
Yes.
Good?
They're lime berries. They taste
A little sour?
Yes.
Okay.
Make a good jelly though.
Has a lime kick to it. A little bitter, but
It's a curiosity. You don't see this every day.
no, this is beautiful looking.
And then our tropical almond, another plant on the invasive list. Whoa. I planted that in, when did I plant that? I believe I planted it in 1996. This is a sun Sapote. This is from the Amazon. This tree came from Gene Joyner, Unbelievable Acres in Palm Beach. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This came from his yard.
Actually just got off the phone with him on the way here.
This, it's a jungle tree from the Amazon, Brazilian, South America, Colombia. Has lots of different places, but it loves mucky, wet areas.
So it's happy here. Yeah.
The tree here before ripped out of the ground during Wilma. This was a replacement after 2005. And it started fruiting 2 years ago. It tastes cross between a mango and a sweet potato, and it has a lot of grit inside.
Mango sweet potato, like gritty like a sapodilla?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
One of my favorites, I just got done making 35 cases of mango jam. I was out here every week collecting mangoes. This is the Kingston. Kingston Pride. It's an Australian commercial mango. Delicious. I would say 3 to 4 pounds. Wow. Turns yellowish to red. Flesh has no fiber and it's absolutely delicious. Along the fence are Muscadine grapes, and we have a volunteer dragon fruit next to it. Most of our mangoes are planted in the back, but we were running out of room, so we came forward. This one came from Richard Campbell's private collection. He got rid of it because he didn't care for it. I snapped it up at a Fairchild sale. It's called Fiji Dwarf. It's a small little mango, turns yellowish to black. Flavor is very strong and intense. Next is lemon zest. I had this 2 years ago. Delicious mango. The Siri. This is Hatcher. It had mangoes on it a week ago. Don't see any more.
Oh, it just got done dropping, huh?
Yeah, it had Hatchers on it a week ago.
Oh.
This is another Haitian mango. This I got from Vivian Murray. This is the Baptist, yellow skin, big with the Haitians.
You planted all of these?
Yes.
Wow.
This
man planted all of these.
This came from Fairchild.
Oh, I never like hearing that.
These two.
Beautiful tree.
This Kamito came from Richard Wilson. This is a purple star apple, and next to it is a green skin star apple. This came from Vivian Murray. This one tipped over during Wilma. We hack racked it and brought it back up. This was planted in '96. That was planted right after Wilma.
So something really smells wonderful in here. Is that the flowers off
Flowers
the
from the
Kamito?
tree.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like unbelievable. Nice and
Has like it's covered with flowers. Behind you is our this is a golden nugget loquat, the only one on the property.
wow.
It's a dwarf. Next to this is cinnamon.
Ceylon?
No, this is cassia cinnamon.
Oh wow.
We had the other one from Hawaii, it didn't make it. The true cinnamon. This is one of the original sapodillos planted on the property back in '88. This is the Akushkab.
This
Sapodillo.
is the storm, right?
It's made it through the storm, and the fruit is about the size of a football.
Whoa.
Delicious. I made some great jam with this. This
So
fruit's 3 times a year. I have top 10 mangoes out of 85. This is on my top 10 list. This is Impio Passata. It's a dessert mango from India. It tastes like vanilla ice cream with cinnamon.
What?
This I got from Richard Wilson. This is Nutmeg.
Nutmeg, really?
And we're the only ones who have this in South Florida, outside of a greenhouse. Everything was planted in rows for irrigation. See the irrigation line right here? Since been disconnected. Another two guavas. I planted a cacao in the middle. Cacao is fruiting. We have 6 cacaos on the property. This is cacao, and next to it is a Ruby Supreme. Both are good guavas. I like these two. And then our cacao in the middle. Just got done picking about 25 cacaos off this tree.
Oh, you guys might need to come see this.
One of my, it's a Mexican guava.
All right, guys, get your fruit ready.
This is really good.
This is gonna be really good. Oh wow, Trey, you can just make the moans and the groans. Mmm, good. Way better than the last one.
These two are my favorite.
Wow.
Guavas here are short-lived. They live
Want a
about
bite?
25 years and drop dead. Ruby Supreme, right there. You see that on the ground? That was planted back in '88, and it just up and died last year. And I planted an air layer from that tree, and this is the air layer. So it was replaced by,
There's a fruit on it.
and it's already fruiting.
Yeah.
It's an air layer from the mother tree. I asked them not to air layer it because it's such a small tree. They don't recover after you air layer it. It's the worst thing is to air layer a guava tree. Another Jabuticaba. This came from my yard. I dug it up and planted it here. This is a Mercenary Caulifloris. We had Jabuticabas on the fence. It got too wet and it just dropped dead. This is a hybrid red Jabuticaba, has yet to fruit. We have 4 varieties. We have pink, purple, and green sugar apples.
That's a monster.
You guys see this? That is unbelievable.
And this is a rare, known as Anono pulperia. This is from Honduras, Ecuador area. The leaves smell like perfume, that's why Anono pulperia. And then here's the flowers.
Oh.
It has to be hand pollinated, and Gary Zild says it's a pretty good fruit, where Crafton says he thinks it tastes like shit. So you got 2 opinions. This is our educational pavilion. We put this in. This is our education pavilion. We put this in
Oh, it's great.
right after Wilma. We have our classes here, our grafting classes, and we have barbecues, we have our sales.
Awesome little space. Yeah, you got the education space.
And another is an Indonesian cinnamon. That came from Richard Wilson. This is Rum Berry.
That's beautiful.
And it just flowered this year for the first time.
Cool looking.
This is Rum Berry. Also called Guava Berry. It's a Jabuticaba relative. It is Imblic. It's a tree that grows very well in India. These were air layers that came from Heritage Park. Heritage Park was sort of a research facility in Broward during the 50s and 60s, and then they turned it into a park. This came from Heritage Park. It's originally from India. They used the fruit to make chutneys. We have 6 Indian temples out here, and they all go crazy over this tree. It's a sacred tree to the Indian people. They call it Amla. And if we had them to propagate, we could make a fortune.
Located.
We're on Facebook.
Okay.
Rare Fruit and Vegetable Council of Broward County, and we have a website called www.rfecbroward.org. And either site we have postings and how to become members and where we are. We have member sales, and we have a spring sale and a fall sale. The fall sale is coming up at the end of October. We have classes every month. We have grafting classes, we have propagation classes, we have vegetable classes. We just had an air layering class 2 weeks ago, and the beginning or the end of September we're going to have a vegetable class. That's when you start planting vegetables in the winter here. It's usually from September to February. So you'll get more people out here because the temperatures change, it gets cooler, and you have a lot more members coming out here. And then we want to propagate as much as possible from our own trees, but at least we have them so future people can see them. And not to mention, people at our sales come out from different walks of life saying, hey, we have this thing back in our country and it looks like this, and we walk them up to the tree and they're just amazed that we have it here.
That's awesome. I'm very impressed. The site's pretty serious. You guys are really preserving it. I love the tags. I love to actually see these trees alive, these fruit on them. I mean, it's exciting. Eric, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll make sure people follow you, come to this site and check you out and support you guys, and we'll tag you through the link on YouTube. So thank you, sir.
You're welcome.